Helo, blwyddyn 8, Mrs Matthews sydd yma. Hello, Year 8, it's Mrs Matthews here. We have now finished our topic Gaelic and we are moving on to a new skill, which is going to be our speaking skill. We will focus on this for the next few lessons and we are going to be completing a speaking assessment. There are going to be two parts to your speaking assessment, Rhan 1, Rhan 2, part 1 and part 2. Rhan 1, part 1, will consist of an introduction, Cyflwyniad. The introduction will include a number of things that you are used to including in an introduction from Year 7 and Year 8 already. These are things like enw, byw, oed, pen-blwydd, and a number of them are listed here for you to see. Rhan 2, part 2 of your speaking presentation will consist of the themes, the topics that you have studied so far in Year 7 and 8, and some of them are listed here. Dyma fi, hamdena, which is leisure, yr ysgol, school, gwyliau, holidays. So if we focus on Rhan 1, if we focus on part 1, for the first part of the presentation, you need to introduce yourself fully, in Welsh of course, including the key sentence patterns that you have learnt during Year 7 and 8. And in particular in Year 7, when you just came into Pontylus Comprehensive, you did the theme Dyma fi. And that's where you learnt and did a recap on all those basic sentence patterns that you would have also learnt in primary. You should aim to include as much information as possible about yourself, but at the very least, you should include your name, enw, age, your oed, live, byw, school, ysgol, and hoffi a ddim yn hoffi, what you like and dislike. Remember to always give reasons for your opinion and to include some idioms if you can, because this will improve on your level. So things like yn fy marn I, a bod yn honest, a dweud y gwir, they will all help you improve your work. You can see on the slide there is a list, a checklist here for you of some of the things that you might like to include. We've also included a taflen help for you. This is a help sheet, and on here are some of the very important sentence patterns that you might like to recap on for the work. Moving on to Rhan 2, part 2. For the second part of the speaking presentation, you need to select one of the topics that you have already studied during Year 7 and 8. So as I said previously, the list consists of Dyma fi, all about me, hamdena, yr ysgol and gwyliau. Once you've selected one of the topics, then you need to actually go and retrieve your Welsh folder, which will include booklets from last year. You might have your gwyliau booklet at home with you, for example, and you can take work that you have done in this booklet out and learn it for the presentation. So for example, if I decided that the second part of my presentation was going to be on the topic gwyliau, I would be going to find my gwyliau booklet and I would be looking at what are the type of things I would like to include in this part of the presentation. So I'd be including where I went on holiday, who I went with, how long I stayed on holidays for, where I stayed, all the activities that I did on holiday, whether I enjoyed or not, and to make sure that I vary my tenses, looking at where I would like to go and visit in the future. I've included in this PowerPoint help sheets for various topics. These might give you some ideas of the types of things you'd like to say. So here is one on hamdena, leisure. Then I've included one on yr ysgol, all about school. You can see things about different subjects, topics here, connectives that are really useful, expressing opinion, sentence structures. Have a little look at these once you've decided what your second part of your speaking presentation is going to be on. And finally, there's one on gwyliau here. You might have seen this before during lessons, and this gives you just some basic sentence patterns on lots of the aspects of the topic gwyliau. As this is a speaking presentation, it will be counted as an assessment, a speaking assessment for this unit of work, and therefore we'll be looking at giving you a level according to the national curriculum levels for this task. So I've included here the levels ranging from level 2 to level 6, and you'll want to read through these really carefully. This could act as your checklist for achieving those levels. So if you see here, you should be able to include as much detail as possible in your work, vary your sentence patterns, express your opinion, giving reasons for your opinion, say words accurately and clearly, and because this is a speaking presentation, pronunciation is really, really vital. You should be able to vary your tenses and also vary the person that you're speaking in. So for example, you should be able to use third person sentences correctly, my in, my him. As I said previously, expressing opinion is key for achieving those high levels. So yn fy marn I, a bod yn honest, dwi'n meddwl bod, a dweud y gwir ar yr un llaw, ar y llaw arall, are all sentence patterns you will want to include. Also consider idioms in your work, as you can't achieve higher than a level 5 if these are not present in your presentation. We would suggest that you script what you would like to say. So for part 1, all about yourself, your introduction, script it on paper, write it down and start learning it. Exactly the same for part 2, the theme. Spend some time writing it down and then start learning it. We will accept cue cards that you've written bullet points to guide your presentation, but we do expect that the majority of this work is off by heart. So on to the trickiest part, and this is how are you going to record and submit your work to us? Well, the easiest way perhaps for this to be achieved is that you use your phones. Please could you submit a voice recording only to us and not a video. However, if you are only able to complete this work via video, could you make sure that you've got a blank background or that you've got your phone pointed to the floor or down to a table, for example, so that there's nothing in the background. Ideally, if you do a voice recording, you can use voice memos to achieve this on your phone. You will need the Teams app, and if you are doing the recording on your phone, you will need the Teams app to be able to access the assignment. To achieve this, you can go to the App Store on your phone and download the Teams app. Once you have the Teams app, you will see the assignment, Welsh assignment, is available for you under assignments. Under the assignments then, you will see add work, and this has got a little paper clip next to it. And you'll see from the picture as well, once you click on add work, there will become a drop-down menu with a number of options, and you can see on the screen here you'll have OneDrive, new file, etc, etc. You will want to select the bottom one, which is upload from this device. Once you click on upload from this device, you'll be able to access your photo library and your voice recording should be in there. You'll be able to click on it and attach it to the assignment under add work. Once you've done that, you need to just hand the work in. So in order to do this, you will see an option in the right hand corner of the screen, hand in, and that will allow you to submit your work to your teachers. The way that the lessons will run is that you will have a lesson where the work is presented to you, and your teacher via Teams on the live chat will explain to you where you can access the assignment. Once you've accessed the assignment, the 2 following lessons will be 2 lessons for you to prepare your work, where your teachers will be available for you on Teams chat to answer any questions you might have and to help you along the way. Finally, you will have the 4th lesson then to submit your work and ensure that you've recorded it properly. And once again, your teachers will be available on Teams to help you and guide you through recording and submitting if you run into any difficulties. Pob luck, good luck, and we look forward to hearing your speaking presentations from you soon. Diolch, hwyl.